Hello, Senpai Recap is here. Please consider subscribing and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you are always updated with our uploads. A flashback shows how Onishima Union was destroyed single-handedly by Rana. As Rokudo is trying to figure out how to apologize, Tsubaki comes in with the big news. Those Onishima Union guys are here. But to everyone's shock, they are going to be new transfer students in Rokudo's class. Does this room have enough seats? Other than Doji, the rest of the generals are Yui Yashiya, Kuhei Akai, Wakanasu Kihando, and the Sumi-Ri siblings, Reino and Kazino. More shockingly, Doji announces they are not here to fight and is impressed with Rokudo for bringing down Furukawa. He is the reason why they transferred here. Because of misunderstandings, the Onishima Union has become feared, so he hopes the gang can be one that people can rely on. Later, we hear Doji discussing with his gang that he finds Rokudo harmless and no threat. It is Rana about whom he has the chills. Despite fearing her, he still wants to get her to join their team. Rokudo and his pals discuss the Doji's group, but as Chief puts it, despite there are bad girls, after meeting people like Rana, Asanada, and Izami, they're all just sweet girls. As Rokudo leaves the toilet, Reino comes in. The spell has an effect even though he's a man. Rokudo now fears it has an effect on bad boys. Reino chases him down and then reveals that she is actually a girl, while Kazino is the boy, and both siblings cross-dress. Anyway, Reino also warns about Doji, who has this strange ability to tell if you are lying or not. Speaking of which, despite his fear, Doji tries to talk with Rana, but she does not respond. He is puzzled that he can't figure her out until Rokudo returns, and he sees her happy expression. He believes Rokudo is the key to her. As Doji and his pals start hanging out, there is a rival school that beats up Amori students, but nothing like Onishima Union couldn't handle as they dish out their punishment and become overnight heroes. The school cultural festival is nearing, and they need a school festival exhibit. Rana stood up and said that the class would be doing a play. With Doji agreeing, everybody also agrees. Later, Kazino confronts Rokudo and thinks he has done something to his sister, as she is acting a bit effeminate now. Rokudo denies it, and he accidentally touches his chest. Kazino freaks out, and to protect Reino's promise, Rokudo paints himself as a pervert, so Kazino beats him up and vows not to let him near his sister. Later, Rokudo and Rana discuss what play they are going to do. Talking about fairy tales, Rana thinks of heading down to the library to get some reference books. It is then that Yashiya comes in to talk to Rokudo. She explains that she joined the Onishima Union because she likes strong men. Long story short, she is attracted to Rokudo and finds him strong. Then she handed him her love letter, but Rana returned. Yashiya leaves as she notes that if there is one thing she hates, it is strong women. She is going to give him her love via a formal challenge. They're making costumes for the upcoming school festival, but they don't have enough cardboard. So Rokudo is out to get some materials for a play when he stumbles into a group of biker girls known as Ryugu. Yes, they find this kid charming and want to hang out. Their leader, Erika, makes some sense of the problem they're giving Rokudo. She explains that Ryugu was once a delinquent group from the next town, but is now a law-abiding biker group that only rides around. When Rana is here to pick him up, Erika jumps to hug her. It's been a long time. Yes, both girls know each other. 2 years ago, when Ryugu was still a delinquent and beating up other groups, they met their match until Rana came along to let off some steam and beat up the enemies. Erika offered to join, but she wasn't interested until she was offered food. With Rana by their side, Ryugu was unstoppable. Erika gave her this wooden sword, until Onishima Union busted them while the duo weren't around. Erika then thought this was the end of the road and disbanded the group before it got worse. Rana left and has never been seen since. She's glad they could see her again, and they look forward to visiting their school festival. As the class made further preparations for the play, suddenly Doji and his generals just walked away. They have their own meetings, based on Kuhei's photo of Rokudo, Rana, and Erika. Now it's time to take action to bring Rana in. Reino wishes to postpone this after the festival, but Doji beats her up for talking back to show her place. Soon, news spread that Ryugu attacked one of their Amori students. Doji announces that the Onishima Union will fight them. Rokudo is not so sure about that until Reino is brought in injured and claims Ryugu did this to him. With that, everybody is crying blood for Ryugu. Doji offers Rokudo to join him, but he declines. As a result, he is socially excluded. He agonizes over it alone, but eventually feels the need to do something. Thankfully, Inuma believes in him as they brainstorm about Doji's ulterior motive. Then they put the pieces of the puzzle together. What do Rokudo and Ryugu have in common? They have Rana. Anyway, speaking of her, Doji confronts her and talks about how her beloved Rokudo is now an outcast. For Rokudo to live his dream of a normal school life, 3 things must happen. 1. The elimination of Ryugu. 2. Doji siding with Rokudo so that he won't be excluded. And 3. The most important one is getting out of Rokudo's life. Because she is the source of his problems, he wants her to join the Onishima Union to crush Ryugu. Fulfill all that, and Rokudo's peaceful school life is guaranteed. Her answer? She rabidly attacks him. Doji is confused that the key did not unlock her heart. As he gets desperate, he gets lucky, saying the buzzword of being considerate of Rokudo's feelings. Conveniently, he recently told her something about being considerate. By the time Rokudo and Inuma rush back to class, Rana is nowhere. Outside the window, Doji tells him that Rana is now with the Onishima Union and will help fight against Ryugu. He dares Rokudo to come down to hell to understand this underworld they are living in, and that he doesn't live in the same world as them. Before Rokudo has time to get depressed, Inuma tells him what needs to be done. This time, he is not alone. Chief and Colonel tailed suspicious girls who claimed to be from the Onishima Union and saw them beat up one of their Amori students. They soon discovered they were the Sumi-Ri siblings in disguise. Rokudo's plan now is to stop Ryugu from coming here. By doing so, they can prevent her fight with Erika as well as get a chance to get Rana back. On the day of the festival, Rokudo's side split themselves to go look for Ryugu. Then Reino comes up to Rokudo and Colonel and apologizes that he has betrayed Onishima Union just to be with them. She is willing to fight her brother because she believes in Rokudo. But Rokudo won't accept this. He wants to go convince everyone together. When Ryugu is spotted, Reino suddenly takes out Rokudo and Colonel. Actually, this is the eldest brother of the Sumi-Ri siblings, Amano. Previously, Reino was confronted by Doji and Kazino about which side she would choose. Because she loves Rokudo and will side with him, that was when Amano popped up and beat out of him to remind her of her place. Now she is tied up and confined, while Kazino is determined on taking down Rokudo. When Ryugu arrives, they are led into the gym, where Hando and his guys are waiting. But this Ryugu is fake and turns out to be Azami and Furukawa's guys dressed as girls. Previously, during the discussion, because Rokudo didn't know how to contact Ryugu, they needed a backup. Yes, Azami was it. Realizing they've been duped, Hando and the gang rush back to the front gate. The real Ryugu has arrived, as Tsubaki tells them to run away. With Amori students also itching for a fight, many manage to get away as Erika trades blows with Yasha. Not until Hando takes a Ryugu member hostage, Erika quietly go with them. By the time Rokudo's side arrives, Tsubaki relays the bad news that Erika has been taken prisoner. Then a call reminder from Doji for Rokudo to give up now, or they'll become Onishima Union's real enemies. This is for everyone's sake, since the only way for everybody to be happy is for Rokudo to cut ties with Rana. However, Rokudo tells him that their happiness is not for them to decide. Even if Doji claims Rana cannot find normal happiness, Rokudo promises to make Rana happy. It's time to get the final plan rolling. As Doji calls for Rana, we see the promise Rana made to join them, and if they so much hurt Rokudo, they'll all die. On the rooftop of the school, Doji has tied up Erika and Riino. Now, Doji intends to force Rana into a fight with Erika, all in an attempt to save Rokudo. At the entrance of the school, Rokudo and his friends tried to enter the building, but the students blocked them. Luckily, Azami gives Rokudo and his friends a ride into the school building. Unfortunately, they were stopped by Hando. Osanada will face him while she lets the rest go. Osanada tries to talk to him at first, and he knows he is a good guy. However, he starts fighting with her to prove otherwise. He claims Doji is his savior because, before he met him, he was always laughed at for whatever he did or said. Until the day Doji told him to just focus on his strength and let him do all the thinking, all the taunting stopped. That is why he will continue to believe in him and follow his orders. Asanada understands what he is saying since she too was once like that. But letting others think for you will only lead to your downfall. At the end, Asanada lets him punch all he's got at her, but she still gets up. Then she returns the favor and sends him flying. Hando is shocked that he lost a bout of strength. That is his only strength. Without it, he is nothing but a brute. Asanada claims Rokudo has always been there to look out for her. So now he will do the same for her. And she passes out. The rest have now come to Kuhei. Aonuma fights him, but Kuhei uses his head to fight and knocks him out soon. Then he continues to beat everyone else except for Rokudo because Doji's others are to hurt anyone but him. So as he breaks Chief's finger, all Kuhei wants is Rokudo's confirmation that he will stay away from Rana, and this will all end. After all this happened because of his choice. Aonuma has a flashback whereby he and his friends formed a pack and thought they were the strongest. However, those friends betrayed him when they joined Kuhei just because he threatened their family. Aonuma was left to hear Tsubaki's words about this, and that's why he grew to hate weak people gathering together like Rokudo. Chief gives Kuhei a surprise punch and claims he would rather die than abandon his friend. Aonuma has his eyes open. He wants to fight together, and he breaks his own finger. This is to throw Kuhei off, since he did not expect Aonuma to punch with his broken hand. Aonuma lets the rest head off to Rana while he finishes off this guy. Aonuma knows how Kuhei fights now, and since he cannot dodge moves he doesn't anticipate, Kuhei takes a big one. Rokudo and his pals now stumble into Amano. Rokudo thinks he will fight this one because of Doji's orders not to hurt him. But Amano notes that Kazino is willing to disobey that order to beat down Rokudo. As Colonel and Chief try to attack Amano, he sniffs them out with a fire extinguisher. Amano then badmouths Reino for wanting a normal life, and Rokudo isn't going to have any of that. As Kazino restrains Rokudo, suddenly Kazino lets Mick be free and kisses him on the cheek. It turns out this is actually Reino. A flashback shows how Reino managed to convince Kazino to swap places. A narration on how the triplets were always together. However, Amano was the strongest and the leader, as the duo were always following him in his shadows. It was Amano who taught them how to do makeup and fight. As Amano's pranks get more and more risky, his disdain for the normal life soon has him and his siblings join Onishima Union. Reino fights Amano but seems to be losing out, as all the moves were taught by him. But soon it is Amano who is fighting for his life as Reino shows some of the skills she developed and defeats him. Amano then starts to feel afraid of her leaving him. Reino then shows her tongue and mocks him. Today, she won their sibling quarrel. After all, the Sumair siblings will always be together. Meanwhile, Rokudo has reached the top, but gets pulled in by Yashia in a room with all these torture devices. He thought he would not harm her, but she whips him. She reveals that she doesn't care about Doji's orders because she joined Onishima Union to match make. You see, she likes strong guys. She joined this just for that, but couldn't find any until she met Rokudo. In Yasha's eyes, Rokudo looks like Jojo. Big and strong Rokudo Jojo. Then she turns into a queen and whips him more. This thrill is turning her on. However, there are moments where she is afraid of him, thinking he is showing his true strength. Rokudo thinks of using this to his advantage as he tries to lie his way through with his fake strength. Too bad this only excites her more. During all that, she trips and falls out of the window. But Rokudo saves her. With Rokudo looking so much stronger, she is so infatuated that she passes out. I guess we're done with this. Rokudo then arrives on the rooftop. Doji looks surprised at how he got past his generals. Rokudo tries to call out to Rana, but she doesn't listen and continues attacking Erika, who is only defending. Doji restrains Rokudo as he tells him the reason he is at the top of the Onishima Union is because he can give what people want. For Rana, it is violence. Rokudo manages to get in between the ladies before Rana finishes a tired Erika. He tells her to stop since she shouldn't be hurting friends. She understands but gives back the hair tie, because this is where they say goodbye. Rana claims Rokudo is a good person, but she herself is not so. She never understood what he found enjoyable and only found happiness in his company. In fact, she doesn't even call Erika her friend. Rokudo feels sad that this is all because of that spell. He is weak and relies on it. That is why he vows to get stronger so she can have more fun in school. Then Rena leaves with Doji, but not so fast. Rokudo reminds him that he is the one who will bring Rena happiness. Yes, he wants to fight Doji. Doji doesn't mind, as long as Rana agrees. In fact, Rokudo wants Rana to stay out of this. Obviously, Doji beats him up, while Rana can only watch in agony. Doji thinks this will have an opposite effect. The more she watches Rokudo get beaten up, the more she is determined to leave him. Rokudo continues to get beaten up, although he keeps fighting back. This is when Rokudo's friends arrive. Colonel reminds Rokudo that all the people he encountered and saved were all because of his own strength. Doji realizes his own comrades aren't coming and that he has only himself. He takes it that all of them want a piece of him. Well, time for boss versus everybody moment. As he beats them up, they wonder why he is so obsessed with Rana. Time for Doji to tell us his story that he was often bullied. So scared of being a victim, he realized that to be safe, he needed strong ones by his side. So he honed his skills to identify what people want and give it to them in exchange for their protection. The need for Onishima Union, as he started working his way up. However, it was not enough, until he got a report that Furukawa's group got taken down by Rokudo, although it was Rana who did the work. It was then that he realized he needed Rana, who was the strongest. Rokudo dismisses Doji's words about treating Rana like a machine. He knows Rana treats Erika as a friend, even if she doesn't realize it. Because he notices Rana never used her wooden sword against her, as it is a sign of their friendship. Rokudo's gang continues to fight, get pummeled, get back up again, rinse and repeat. Meanwhile, Erika tries to talk to Rana and ask why she is in love with Rokudo. It is something about him that gives others the power to change. She hopes she can see the kindness he has fostered in her. With everyone continuing to fight back, Doji starts to get scared. The tables are turned. He remembers muttering about Rokudo being a normal person who doesn't feel fear at all. Those words are now haunting him. But what's this? Rana is protecting Doji. She tells Rokudo that she only loves violence and doesn't care about anyone else except Rokudo. It is hard to believe she has kindness inside of her. However, she trusts him more than she trusts herself. This means she wants to be by his side again. Rokudo returns her hair tie and promises she won't regret it. When Doji's comrades come, he starts blaming them for their failure. They failed to protect him, and that's why they lost. He tells them to go away, but they won't. They still consider him his boss. With that, Doji realizes he still needs their protection and calls for a retreat since they lost. In the aftermath, Reino and Kazino enroll in this school. Doji relaunches Onishima Union with a new recruitment drive, and Yashia goes missing. And now Rokudo's class gets on with their Mamoteru play. Rena is forgetting her lines, but she surprises everyone, as for the first time, she addresses everyone by their names. Not part of the script, but everyone is happy. Rokudo notes he will meet more bad girls, but knows he will get by because of his friends. Thank you for watching till the end, and please don't forget to subscribe. See you next time, and peace out.